stepdad kept me out of his perfect family photos until I swapped 200 Easter cards with my own version of his perfect family. My stepdad swept into our lives with promises of being the father I'd never had, but apparently those promises expired the moment his own blood arrived. When he talked about them, you could hear the pride in his voice. My son, my daughter. But I was always my mom's kid from before, like I was a stray dog they'd found on the porch and couldn't turn away. For years, I told myself these were just words, that actions mattered more, until his actions started matching his vocabulary. It started small. Family movie nights mysteriously began happening on the exact nights I had study groups. New holiday traditions popped up during my first semester at college, even though campus is only 25 minutes away. The way he'd arrange us for photos at family gatherings was almost artistic in its cruelty. My siblings clustered around him and mom while I stood slightly to the side, close enough to be in frame but far enough to crop out later. His obsession with presenting the perfect family image bordered on pathological. Every milestone required documentation. He'd spend hours editing photos before posting to Facebook with captions about blessed moments with my beautiful family. The emphasis was never lost on me. Last Christmas was when things escalated from subtle to obvious. Mom handed out matching pajamas for the annual photo, but somehow they'd forgotten to order my size. Then came Father's Day, when his social media post thanked God for blessing him with 2 amazing children. I have 2 siblings, which makes 3 of us total, but apparently my math was wrong. The Brooks family group chat he created should have been my biggest clue. It was called the Brooks Crew, and when I asked to be added, he said it was only for actual Brooks family members. But everything exploded that Tuesday before Easter. I was scrolling through Instagram when my mom's friend posted a behind-the-scenes video from their family photo session. Professional photographer, matching outfits in cream and pastels, my siblings laughing as they posed in a field of wildflowers, the kind of photos that end up on mantles and in holiday cards. When I confronted them that evening, my stepdad didn't even pretend to feel guilty. We needed photos of the close family for the Easter cards, he said, like that explained everything. When I pointed out that I lived closer than my uncle who was somehow included, he shifted tactics. You're close emotionally, just not physically because of college. My mom sat there nodding along, adding helpfully that I shouldn't make this a bigger deal than it is. That's when something shifted inside me. If they wanted to play games with family definitions, I could play too. I called my best friends Katie and Tyler, who'd been watching this dysfunction unfold for years. Katie was a theater major with a gift for makeup and transformation. Tyler has this ridiculous collection of wigs from all the costumes he rotates through every Halloween in college. When I explained my plan, they didn't even hesitate. We spent 3 days preparing. Katie practiced making herself look like my stepdad using a bald cap and careful contouring. Tyler found a denim dress at Goodwill that screamed, trying too hard to be casual. We scheduled the photo shoot at a local portrait studio, choosing the most aggressively wholesome backdrop they offered. The day of the shoot was pure chaos in the best way. Katie had transformed into an eerily accurate version of my stepdad, complete with his signature squint and forced smile. Tyler wore the wig and denim dress with a confidence that made the whole thing even funnier. I made sure to bring my siblings along for the photos. They were in every shot with us, finally getting to laugh and be silly instead of standing in perfect formation. They thought it was the best thing they'd ever seen. Raccoon skin hats for everyone, deliberately cheesy poses that looked like we were jumping, pointing at imaginary birds, pretending to laugh at jokes no one had told. At postcard size, with those hats covering most of their features, Katie and Tyler passed perfectly for my parents. We ordered 200 cards. The swap happened while my parents were at their sunrise Easter service. I used the spare key, found their stack of sealed envelopes ready to mail, and carefully steamed each one open. I slipped our cards inside to replace theirs, then resealed them with the same butterfly stickers Mom uses, making sure everything looked untouched so they'd never suspect their precious cards had been hijacked. By Wednesday afternoon, Mom's phone was ringing nonstop. Some relatives had already displayed the cards, assuming Mom was trying to be fun for once. My grandma even called to compliment the energy in the photos. But then Aunt Beth posted in the family group chat with a zoomed-in photo. Is this really you? Something looks different. The family meeting that followed was legendary. My stepdad, red-faced and sputtering, ranted about cross-dressers making a mockery of our family. Mom cried about the embarrassment while fanning herself with the fake card. I sat there calmly and repeated his own words back. I wanted a photo with my close family. You said we get to define that now, remember? They sent me back to college that night, but the damage was done. His perfect Brooks facade was shattered. At every family gathering since, someone asks when they'll get another funny card, and I watch him grit his teeth and walk out of the room. Last month, my grandma told me she still has our version on her fridge. Says it's the only family photo where everyone looks genuinely happy.